Excellencies, the honorable members of the Federal Executive Council here present, our royal father of the day, the Etsunope, and I use you as a point of contact to other royal fathers, captains of industry, the Deputy President of the Senate, and through him, other members of the National Assembly, members of the Fourth Estate of the Realm, who are my colleagues, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I can see here this afternoon the creme de la creme of the Nigerian society straddling the top brass of the security agencies, the traditional institution, the executive, legislative, and judicial arms of government, and of course, the private sector. Ladies and gentlemen, just before I settled in, I was corralled to be the acting chairman, and a colleague of mine just whispered to me that I've been promoted without examination. So I heartily accept the promotion as long as there is no examination. Seriously, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege and honor to be here with you and to give a few remarks about the pivotal role that the media is playing in this country, and especially the Blueprint newspapers, which is founded and owned by a personal friend of mine, also in the same profession. I'm really very happy that this event is taking place just in the midterm of this administration. And given the role of the media as a watchdog of the society, there is no better moment for the Blueprint newspapers to use this platform and this event as a crowning glory of its watchdog activities in the last 2 years of this administration. I have watched with very keen interest as a professional myself. And I do that also as a critique of the media, which I personally belong. Because in the last several years, I have come to be very, very disappointed in the development that we have witnessed in the media space of Nigeria. Perhaps because I belong in the old school genre of the media, where we practice the profession with a lot of sense of responsibility, meticulous approach to issues. We're not only informed, we're not only entertained, we also molded public opinion through the acquisition of knowledge. And at some point, I remembered about a year ago, I went to deliver or to present and defend my budget, the budget of my ministry, at the Senate. And of course, you know, Ministry of Solid Minerals. And so I went, I faced the senators, and I delivered my budget. And then there was question and answer from the crowd. So I read out all the statistics and the philosophy behind the various projects that are itemized in the budget. And one of the senators now asked me, he said, "You are Mr. Alake?" I said, "Yes." He said, "They say you are a journalist." I said, "Yes." He said, "But here now you are speaking as a lawyer. You are speaking as an engineer. You are speaking as a geologist. You are speaking as a miner. Who exactly are you?" The whole hall reeled in laughter. And I thanked him. I said, Distinguished Senator, yes, I'm a journalist. But with all sense of modesty, I'm an astute journalist. And you know there's an adage that says, jack of all trades, master of none. I said, but the reverse is the case in journalism. You are a master or a jack of all trades and master of all. Because fundamentally, when you are in the business of imparting knowledge, informing, and molding opinion, you must know something about everything, because you are purveying information to the public. And amongst the public, there are professors, there are professionals, there are technocrats, there are experts in every field. So when you are informing that larger public, you yourself cannot be a dumb head. You must be informed and be knowledgeable about every aspect of human endeavor. That's why it's only in journalism that you can be a jack of all trades and master of all. So I replied to the distinguished senator. And that is why I felt very, very let down in the last several years about the development, very negative development in the media space. And what was that? Simply the rise of purveying information without verification. And what has given rise to that too, or pushed it up, is the emergence of the uncontrolled social media. Access to social media by all and sundry, including the stark illiterate, including the largely uninformed, including the abysmally ignorant. Everybody has access to the social media. And so everybody has become an expert on every subject, regardless of the mental consequence and capacity and capabilities of such an individual. And that's what led to my disappointment. However, in the midst of all the gloomy picture, we have flashes of brilliance, and we have aberrations to the rule of gloom. And one of the aberrations that has shown remarkable resilience in terms of consistency, in terms of sense of responsibility in purveying information, is the blueprint newspapers. And I'm so happy that I'm associated with the blueprint newspaper via its founder, who himself is a complete gentleman, who cannot hurt a fly, but now is in the business of firing arrows. And I recall when he was taking over that very, very sensitive ministry, we had a discussion. And because I had done that type of job before, under our current president when he was governor of Lagos State, so I happened to have been his commissioner for information and strategy. So I told my friend, I said, this business, when you are managing information in the public space on behalf of government, you have to adopt multiple roles. Your first role is to be the propagator of all the policies and programs and projects of the government. Beyond that, you must also be the defender of the government on all counts. And then above all of that, you must be the arrow of the government. So, you propagate, you defend, you deflect, then you attack. And the attack must be done with circumspection, because you must know when to attack, when to withdraw, I went to apply proxies. Because sometimes it's not everything that an officer of government can say. When such occasion arises, and such things must still be said, then you use proxies and still get the message out. And believe me, from all intents and purposes, the Minister of Information has been doing a yeoman's job since the beginning of this government. And so I'm not surprised when I got a call about this event. The Blueprint is conferring awards on eminent personalities and performers in their various fields of endeavor. And that is really very, very important. It's significant in the sense that when people perform, they need to be encouraged. And in the words of our president, the reward of success is what? More hard work. The reward of success is more hard work. Because to achieve success is very difficult. But to maintain success is more difficult. To maintain and nurture success is more difficult. So when you achieve success, the reward is more hard work because you must maintain that success. I commend more hard work to the Blueprint newspapers because they've achieved success initially, and they must maintain, nurture, and sustain this success. So they need to work harder in all fronts. To our distinguished lecturer today, Professor Jega, is not new in the public space either. He has acquitted himself very creditably in all the assignments he's been saddled with. And I have no doubt that in this very assignment, not of the lecture, because that's under his purview, he's a lecturer, so he must be able to lecture. That's not the assignment I'm talking about. The assignment I'm talking about is as a special advisor to the president and coordinator of the Livestock program. Now, livestock is very, very important and essential to our economy because it had been dormant, even though with very high potential. But the way we practiced livestock husbandry in this country had dragged our economy backwards, has introduced a lot of tension in our body politic, and has ostracized us religiously and agriculturally. It had given rise to farmer-herders clashes unnecessarily because we were not practicing livestock the way it should be done in modern times. I cannot for the life of me believe that any sane country in this day and age will be reveling in grazing indiscriminately of animals. It's no longer done in the modern world. There's what you call ranching. Ranching is the way to go. That is what every developed society is doing. It not only reduces the tensions, the aggravation between farmers and herders, it also expands the value chain of the business and then contributes more significantly into Nigeria's GDP. And I'm sure Professor Jega knows all of this and is going to put all the arsenal at his disposal to bear on this livestock ministry and make it function efficiently in an efficable manner that it will be beneficial to every one of us in this country. I am very confident that at the end of the day, our livestock potentials will become higher and more than even the oil industry when it's done properly. I thank the Blueprint newspaper. I thank every one of you here. And I thank Professor Jega in anticipation of that benefit from the livestock. Thank you very much.